Okay, beautiful people. Today we're starting our intro to equations and what an equation is. Our essential question is, what keywords tell me I'm writing an equation? So when you set up your page, make sure that you put your essential question first. Make sure that it says EQ so that you know that it's your essential question. And then block off part of the page, because over here on the left is where we write some notes like extra questions we have. This is where we'll do practice. This is where we'll write reminders from previous work, etc. Okay? So the first thing I want to do is define what an equation is. Now, you guys have all heard the word equation, and you can all probably already say in your head what the word equation means. So here's the definition. An equation is a mathematical sentence that uses an equal sign. So the difference between an equation and expression is that the equation has an equal sign, but an expression does not. So we were working with expressions, things that didn't have equal signs, and now we're starting to use an equal sign. So when I do definitions, I usually give an example. Okay, here are some examples. I could do 5 plus 3 equals 8. This is an equation because both sides of that equal sign are equal to each other. 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 is 8, so they're equal. That's an equation. But now that we're in algebra, we're going to see some equations that have variables in them. So you might have something like 7 plus y equals 8. Okay, this is also an equation. Even though y is a variable and it doesn't have a value yet, it is an equation for this. Here's another one. How about 4 times x equals 52? That is also an equation, okay? All of those things are equations because they've got an equal sign and they have an expression on the left and on the right, okay? All right. Again, we're going to note on the left that the only difference is that expressions don't have an equal sign, okay? So an expression is something like 5 plus 3 or y plus 7 or 4 times x, okay? Equations have that equal sign. They set one side of an expression equal to another. So what we're going to do today is we're going to use what we already know about writing expressions to write some equations. When you're writing an equation, there are some key words that mean equal. When you see these words in a mathematical, in a phrase, you know that you need to use an equal sign. You know that you're using an equation. So what are some examples? The word equals. Now that one's pretty clear. If I said 5 plus 3 equals 8, then you know you're using an equation. The word the same as, well, it's a phrase. If I said 7 plus y is the same as 8, then you know that it's an equation. Okay. Another one is equal to. Is equal to. Again, if I said that, you would know that I'm using an equation. And the last one, this one is really popular. This one is one that is used a lot. It's actually just the word is. So if I said 4 times x is 52, then that would mean 4 times x equals 52. All of these words mean, all of these phrases mean equal. So whenever you see it in a phrase, the word equals, the phrase the same as, the phrase is equal to, the phrase is, then you know that you're using an equal sign. Okay? All right, let's do an example. So my first example is the sum of n and 7 is 15. So let's start by circling our keywords like we have been doing. So sum tells me an operation. And then right here I have the word is. Okay, now notice that when I have the word is, I'm going to box it. Okay, anytime I see a word that means equal to, I'm going to use the box so that I can tell that I'm using an equal sign. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I need to remember what the word sum means. The word sum means to add. So I know that I have an addition sign in here. Because of this word is, I also know I have an equal sign. So I know that I'm using the sum of n and 7, so n plus 7, and it equals 15.